Welcome
to
Timeline Talks.
to the Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talk.
Welcome everybody to Timelines Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek Timelines. But in fact, this week is not Timelines Talks. This week's is Suncoast Speaks, as we have invited three of the top names in the fleet, known as Suncoast. So please, everyone, round of applause and welcome with me regular long stays, Cranky and Genos, and joining us once again, long time since, but Sankatsi Siete is now on the stream with us. Hello, thank you everybody. Thank you for coming and joining us this week. How are we all?
Oh, very fine. Nice to be here again.
Fantastic.
It's going to be a good week. Okay, so we've got quite a fair bit to go through this week on this Timeless Talks, but first we need to spin the wheel, which hopefully this is going to work. Yes, it does. Thank you to everyone who's submitted show titles. There can only be one winner of a sub this week, and we're going to spin it. I see a couple of names on this wheel from people that are here, so let's see. Hopefully you could be lucky. Let's do it. Oh, I haven't got the Darbo sound. Never mind. It is Eric Nelson! Congratulations! You won yourself a sub. Let me know when your sub has expired and we will get you a new one. Yes, it is a fancy new wheel. I've got a wheel that's a little bit easier to edit, but... Oh, no, that's the show notes. You don't want to see that.
You like suddenly.
Professionalism.
Yeah, I need
Professionalism.
tell you what I need to do. I need to find a proper clip of that so I can actually put it in somewhere so someone can actually do it. So we're going to be talking about new voyage dilemmas, new voyages seating. We're going to be talking about lots of new crew, including a new giveaway crew, a new mega crew, a new campaign crew, and the upcoming events. But first off, guys and girls, girl, CSA, what are you watching on telly? Is it?
I don't know. I want to turn it off. Wait.
No, it's fine.
I'm watching the show in reverse above Cranky's right shoulder.
Oh yeah, to see the reflection. Damn, I was going to put some Star Trek on.
The best thing is you can see both my laptop screen and my TV screen, which has got the live show and the show about 8 seconds
If I just
later.
do this a bit, see what the delay is. Okay, never mind.
All I've got is the fan.
Yeah, you got the fan. I've got. I did write something on the whiteboard, but you can't see it.
Oh, there you go. Wait.
Palmer.
No, there is. There's a bit of a delay. Okay, guys, talk to me about Suncoast. Cranky, you are fleet leader of Suncoast. Genos, Siete, you are senior management. Do you want to call it that? How is the Suncoast fleet doing?
I'm a fake officer.
You've
He's
been
an officer.
Officer, yeah.
You've had some pretty good big hits lately with sort of top event wins, things like that. Cranky, what brought you to being leader of Suncoast Fleet? What's your philosophy? All that jazz.
Well, I kind of became leader of the fleet by accident.
Just fell into
I never planned. When fleets first came out, I never planned on joining a fleet.
Oh wow!
I was going to be a lone wolf. I was going to go alone. But I was drawn in by the daily mission, the crons and the honor. And then the guy who originally started the fleet quit. And then another guy took over, and then he handed it to me and quit.
Was it like the scene in The Simpsons where Homer's on the nuclear submarine is like, you know what? I'm going to make you the captain.
yeah.
Well, actually, no. A better analog is actually James T. Kirk in the Kelmanverse films. It's like, I'm making him first officer, and everyone's like, are you mad?
I was basically running the fleet when the previous admiral was in charge. I was just doing everything for him, so he just handed it to me and quit when he quit.
Nice.
Yeah, Cranky actually. I joined the fleet because of him. He wasn't yet the admiral, but he was doing all the jobs. He deserved to be the admiral.
Yeah, I think I recruited you just before I became.
Yeah,
admiral.
just before.
Never look back.
Yeah.
Never looked
No.
back.
Yeah. got some good friends in Suncoast. The fleets run real well. Not a lot of conflict or drama. Everyone's on Discord. We run, fleet boss battles nodes really efficiently. Everyone supports each other in events, and a lot of folks like to rank high, every week or most weeks, and you just get to watch them go crazy.
Well, if I check on
the best thing with the event ranks is we've got people who don't rank highly very often. They'll just take it easy, sort of 5k, maybe even more. There you go, Idol's one of them.
Me, yeah.
And it doesn't matter. We still rank well because we've got that core group of people who are happy they want to push every week. Siete being one of the main culprits.
Yeah, there's a few of us that are the crazy ones that always go for events.
Yeah,
Pau, me,
Navar.
Yeah, Navar, Navar, yeah.
Buta.
Yeah.
Buta,
Navar
he's
has
not
like
in
9
tax
accounts
season.
in the fleet now.
I'm just looking at, BigBook.app now has the fleet leaderboards. This year, 2023, you're now, Suncoast is now number 4 on the fleet leaderboard. You're just on a Spartacus, second star to the right in the Space Junkies. Like, that's pretty good considering, like, because obviously I'm in Suncoast as well, recently joined, I think it was about a month ago or so. And, it is quite a chilled out fleet. There's no, like, massive like pushing for events or coordination. You're just like, oh, I'm going for this event. Okay, cool, so am I. And it's just like everyone's just pushing for events. You guys have got a good noding system. Flash is like amazing at like with his noding tools and things like that.
Yeah,
there's no pushing.
Flash enough.
There's no pushing in the fleet for anyone to rank high or anything like it. Just people feels like it, so go for it.
The main thing is that you do something. That's the main thing we look for. People who do nothing, that's not really interested in having members that like that.
So how often have you had to sort of push people to say like, are you still here? Are you still with us? And do you ever sort of like
a few times
occasionally nudge them along and push them out, or have you had to crack the whip?
We kind of introduced. It was when I sort of came back to the game and became admiral. We kind of introduced like everyone should be ranking at least in the top 10k, which isn't too much to ask. Because there were people ranking sort of 15k every week. They're doing one build in Galaxy and that's it, getting the free rewards and nothing else. And like if you're going to play the game, play the game.
Dug on.
We don't even require nodes, otherwise Idol would be gone.
Yeah, I'd be so gone.
yeah.
I think when you said recruit me, you said, oh, I fancy joining Suncoast, but I don't really play events that well, and I never node. So, do you want me?
Come on. But you should. I did once a day. We only did once a day for everybody doing notes. That's enough.
I think it's one of those things. It's just like I'm never in front of a computer to use a major tool to ever sort of sit and do that kind of thing. I do all my spreadsheets, and then I'm like, shall I node? Nah, can't be asked.
But we got the tool and everything. We will tell you which crew you have to use.
Then I have to
we
spend
know which
merits. I need those.
Use the crew you have out.
Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about you guys. So
you're in the fleet.
So you got to tell me as well, like your personal philosophies for events as well. To start with, Siete, you've ranked fairly high in quite a lot of events. Like, I mean, remember back when I was reading out weekly event rankings, you were like one of our frequent flyers, as it were. One of the like, how do you get the pace for sort of eventing that often? How do you keep up that stamina? Because like, I'll go mad on an event like once every sort of 4 months or so, and then I'll go like, yeah, that'll do me for the rest of the year.
I really don't play that much during the events. I mean, but I pick one day and say, well, this day I'm gonna go full on, and maybe the other days I just do 1 hour, 2 hours. If I go for an event like I did twice, yes, I do play a lot. But other ways, it's not that much playing, It's not at all. You just have to say, okay, today I'm gonna play 5 or 6 hours straight. That's the hard part of it.
It's not much.
No, it's not much. You put a Star Trek on TV and that's it.
That's true.
Just go.
That's the best set, isn't it?
Or One Piece. I did the One Piece marathon the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we should start our One Piece talks fairly soon. I've got a friend of mine that's massive into One Piece. Like, he's a huge fan, so he'd definitely get into that.
I gotta watch now. My daughter recommended Cowboy Soldier. Apparently, it's really good too.
Oh, okay.
Cowboy Bebop. something.
Oh,
like
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Netflix one. Apparently, that's terrible. The original anime is supposed to be very good.
No, the animated. No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I watched I think the first
the
2 or
real
3
life.
episodes of the Netflix live action, and I did not
no,
get into it.
not the live action, the anime.
Yeah, you gotta have that theme song, and then you're in. How about you, Janos? Janos, we've never spoken about your events because you've definitely pushed up high in the ranks a few times, and even tried to sort of calculate going for that elusive number 1 spot occasionally. But what's your philosophy?
Yeah, I've kind of put off going up for number 1. I see the effort and the expenditure required for a number 1. If the crew is decent, kind of my floor is I'm going to do top 750, get 2 copies. It used to be just as hard to get 1. Now it's, pretty much the amount of effort to get 2. But where I like to push are faction events, because then I like to figure out, all right, how many tokens am I going to need? I need a squad behind me. Maybe I'll go ahead and go to, top 100, top 30. Uh-oh.
Nope.
Did I freeze?
No.
No, we're here. Have you frozen?
Okay,
Have we
am I
frozen?
back?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
No.
I think everything froze on your end. It was all fine here.
Yeah.
Okay, am I back?
Stop mid-sentence. I
Yeah,
was
you're
like,
back.
that's a weird way to end a sentence.
Yeah. When I do go for faction events, though, I go balls to the wall, 0 tokens in the end. All my gold timers, all my gold doublers, everything's gone, and that's where I like to push. And then skirmishes, of course, are for honor and crowns. If I end up with 2 or 3 copies of the crew as a result, then so be it. But skirmishes come around not all that often anymore.
No,
So
less than
No.
these days.
it's a real slap in the face.
Yeah. How long since we have the full skirmish?
I don't know. Been a while.
It's been a long time.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I say. How about you, Cranky?
Where's the piano?
Your name's been up there a few times.
Well, yeah, my event strategy has changed quite significantly over the last probably 12 or 18 months. So, see, I've got 2 periods of playing. I played for a few years, and then I quit, and then I played for a few years again. I used to always just go for top 100-ish or top, get as many gold crews as I could, but knowing that I was never going to win. But then since I came back, I got a lot more competitive, and I was really going for it as often as I could. But then I got a win, and I kind of went, well, I've done that now.
It happened.
Yeah. But then I've changed strategy since then, and I now save as hard as I can, and I constantly farm galaxy items. And
You're
I save
chasing that
tokens.
dream now, aren't you? You've got that. You've
And
had
then
that first hit.
every 6 to 12 months, I can go for a definite win. I think. I've had 2 now, and I think I can get a 3rd fairly soon.
I think you nearly had it in the bag last week, didn't you, Siete?
Oh, she was so close.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Oh.
I was really pissed off. Really.
You were so close to the top, and I think you got pipped at near the last moment. But it was a shame because that would have been a good victory. But
That guy was turning rares all the time. I mean, I don't know how he did it, because
Was it faction?
turning rares. No,
it was
it wasn't
Galaxy.
faction. It was
It was a Galaxy.
No, it wasn't Gash. I mean, it was
No,
really
it could've
weird.
just a lot of super rares.
But he was cashing them all the way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Something weird.
Walt says you tried and you failed. The lesson is never
Yeah,
try.
I did fail. I did fail.
No,
badly.
you did not fail. You came number 2.
I did
Walt,
fail
you were
badly.
harsh. You did not fail. You came second.
I
That's
wanted to
huge.
win. It's not fair. Not fair.
First the worst, second the best. That's what I was always told.
Mine.
Third's the one
Yeah,
with
it
the
was
hairy
mine.
chest.
Yeah.
Well, next time I tried twice, and I missed twice. So next time it's gotta be the good one.
3rd time will be the charm.
It will be.
Yep.
We'll be shouting you all the way. We'll be rooting for you. We'll get you in that super squad. And then someone will hack
Super
the game.
squad.
The game will go down or something. I don't know.
Super Squad. That's a good name for a Super Squad, actually.
Fantastic.
So what's coming up for Suncoast? Any fun events you guys got planned or anything coming up?
Oh, we've just started our Secret Santa,
Nice.
which we've been doing for the last couple of years, which is a fun
Nice.
little thing. send
Last
each other
time,
little
when
gifts.
was it? We got it in February or something like that.
Yeah. The problem with getting lots of people from all over the world and trying to get them all online at the same time to do a video chat, it's like
And the
wrangling
present's not
cats.
arriving.
Yeah,
my
things not
present.
arriving. Yeah.
That's what I think. Like the few Secret Santas I've done internationally, I've always ordered. If it is something that can be ordered like locally, I try and do that. I think it was like I did a Secret Santa for Mart, who's been on the show before, and I got him one of the Eagle Moss Star Trek books. And I ordered just went for Amazon Canada and went, will you accept my details? Yes, you will. There we go. Perfect. So that's kind of the pro tip.
I do that with all the people in America. I'll just go on Amazon, change the address to whatever their address is, and order it direct.
Yeah, that's the way
I've
to
done
do
that
it.
too.
Saves shipping
But
costs from Australia.
Europe isn't too bad. Like I've sent Siete things, and she sent me things as well.
Yeah,
And
the
it's not too
the problem is that when you send things that you want to actually send, not buy it online, and you had a strike or something like that in England, wasn't it?
Oh, postal strike.
Postal
Yeah, we
strike.
get those.
Yeah.
And my present got broken, so I had to make it again. It got returned. I had to
broken, sent
remake
back.
it.
Yes.
It was a pain.
And I've got it on my shelf just here.
Nice.
All my little glasses.
Hey. That's
Awesome.
nice. That's nice. But no. Good fleet. I'm looking to do this more with fleets. So if you are in a fleet in the game and you have a group of maybe like 3 people from your fleet, you want to come and do a bit of rep and come and join myself and talk about your fleet and timelines and things like that, give me a bell. If you say, like, you're from SSR or whatever and you want to come on and just hurl some abuse at other players or come and just talk some shit or just do some stuff, definitely come give me a message.
I'm sure you can get Walt and Danjevin on to do a
Oh
cab talk.
we'll do the we've had Walt and Travelling Man before he quit, before as well. But we can do.
Oh, has he quit now?
Yeah, he
I
because
think
he left
retired
Danjevin.
or semi-retired.
Yeah, Danjevin now runs the cab book as well. Oh, which reminds me, the Voyage leaderboards, thanks to Agent Graham, will be returning soon. Have a look at the 12-hour Voyage board on our Discord, and you can find we're starting to get some activities now that the 14-hour voyage has been hit. We have had an all-natural 14-hour voyage. Big shout out to Sapco from the QH fleet from Quark's holodeck. Sapco has hit the 14-hour voyage threshold and scraped it through, and absolutely amazing. Like, after he said, in his words, I remember talking to him and he's saying, like, started up a few crew that I needed, got that extra couple of collections, and got through. So people saying Roy Kirk who? Well, I think in true fashion, like Graham is now setting up the 3 leaderboards. There's going to be the 12-hour leaderboard. So if you haven't hit it yet, or you still want to hit your personal best, that'll be the Roy Kirk leaderboard. There is the 13-hour one. The 13-hour one. That's right. Yeah, for the James T. Kirk 13-hour leaderboard from James T. Kirk, the player from the Space Junkies, and now Sapco 14-hour leaderboard. So that's a huge win in the game, and it just shows it's possible, and I can't wait to see the 15-hour leaderboard.
And he got it was like 14-11 or 14-10 or something.
Yeah,
like
it was quite
14-01. It was.
I was thinking that when he's setting up all these new leaderboards, it's like as soon as equipment comes in, it's going to be the 15 and the 16-hour leaderboard.
Yeah, that's going to be wacky.
It's going to be interesting, but yes, he says the Agent Graham 15-hour leaderboard. Yes,
Right.
Could be fun. But yes, there is going to be a new submission field for that, so it'll be a screenshots and a form to fill in with a few details on to get your thing. But if you want your time registered, we'll accept personal bets and all that kind of stuff. Have a look, have a chat with Graham as well about the personals. Oh, he has a plan for equipment too, so could be some fun things. But yes, that is going to relaunch after a period of inactivity, and hopefully we can get through some of the old screenshots as well that have been posted still. But thank you very much, Agent Graham, for taking that up. I know that was a bit of an ask as well, especially after so much. There's a lot of work to be done there, and you've taken it up valiantly. Let's talk about something that's in the game now that was introduced a few weeks ago. The Bajoran collection has just launched with a 60
Finally.
60 threshold. There's a lot of Cisco in there. There's a lot of Kira, because there are a lot of Kiras. How are you guys finding the threshold for that? It's a 60 threshold. Is it a difficult one for you? Have you been targeting Bajorans in your collections already? Is it going to make a change to your retrieval plans?
I got it maxed already. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I have. I was just opening the game to find out, but I'm pretty sure I've got it maxed.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm maxed as well, which is probably an elderly player problem. But also, if you're focused at all on collection rating, like from the big book, you can click on the collection tab. You can see the strongest collection crew. A lot of them were already Bajorans because Kira and Cisco are so heavily traded that if you were already targeting those crew, you're already getting a bunch of notches on those crew.
And a lot of Kira's were voyage monsters anyway. We got Surrogate
Yeah.
Kira,
Cisco as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you probably just lucked into them anyway. But yeah, this was an interesting collection. I like the racial collections because they're fun twist on just going for sort of weird traits. I like to be able to see like, oh hey, we got this many crew and maybe we'll get more in them as well. How about everyone in chat? Let me know how far you've been getting on the Bajoran collection. But there's more stats coming out, and this is probably feeding the way into the 14-hour voyage that was just here. I can't wait to see who gets the next one. It'll be interesting to see who continues the phrase. Because I remember the Roy Kirk one. The Roy Kirk, he got 12-hour voyage, and then no one did one for a significant amount of time afterwards. And now, well, we're all hitting it.
Yeah.
'Tis the way of the power creep. How do you guys feel about some new voyage dilemmas? We have in the game.
Have new voyage dilemmas.
We have 5 new voyage dilemmas. There is a secret to it, though. But there are 5 new voyage dilemmas which you can get after 12 hours. There have been some reports, though, people have been seeing them earlier at 9 hours. No, you wouldn't get it at 9 hours.
At 10 hours. I got one at 10 hours.
The 9-hour dilemma.
Exactly, yeah. 9-hour dilemma, yeah.
It's like me waiting for the dilemma at 13 hours.
Did that happen?
That was funny. I almost wrote that too. Almost did it. Didn't say, wait. Somebody say, wait, there's no dilemma 13 hours.
On the hour, every hour.
Could you imagine?
That was slow.
Almost wrote to support about it.
So yeah, theoretically after 10 hours, you'll start to see some new dilemmas that will all offer different rewards. There'll be honor merits, some chrontons, I think. But Genos, what's the secret?
The secret is go left.
Always go left.
Always check the leftmost option, or option A if you're alpha numerically inclined. That's the one that gets you the old super rare crew honors, honor and crons, and then that's the one that gives you a chance for the behold, whether it's a super rare behold or now it's a 2% chance, which is twice one of the legendary behold. With
whoa,
VD
now,
Chuckles
Max, man, let's not
Black.
overcomplicate this.
right, and VD Chuckles and Black, and there's another one. Who's that?
That is One Way Ticket Chapel.
There's another one.
There is indeed. We will be. You try and force a segue. You can see the show notes as well. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yes, so yeah, there is. If you go left, you're at a 2% chance of maybe getting a behold. But it does seem like I've seen a lot of people seeing these new demos. Honest to God, like I've got to the point where I see a dilemma pop up and just click whatever because I've just seen them so many times I don't even notice there's a new one.
That's what I've been like.
Yeah.
For so long.
And it's weird seeing new text. It's like, oh right, this is different. I'm not stunning the Andorian. I'm not debating the Vedic.
It got to the point that I haven't paid attention to dilemmas for so long that these new ones came in. I was having to ask people, "Is this one of the new ones?" I wasn't sure. I'm just so used to click, yeah, done.
Yeah. It's interesting. Done. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, yeah, you're done. Click, and then dilemma's over. Oh, I got someone. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like Ranarian says, I accidentally clicked the wrong one because I'm not used to it mattering, and unless if you've got all your voyage exclusives, it doesn't matter. But it's interesting to see they've adjusted this for the common complaint that getting people like Black and Chakotay was incredibly hard. Like you just had to get lucky, and now you've
you two, Idle and Janos, have both got all 3 of the.
I've got 3. No, I've only got.
I don't have Chuckles.
No, I don't have Chuckles either. I say I have Black and Chapel, which I was very.
Yeah, I've just got the 2.
I've only got Chakotay.
Yeah, me too. Only got him.
Sucks to be you.
I did a 6-hour voyage this week, or sort of over the weekend into this week, and I've waited until I'd had all 5 of the new dilemmas. I didn't. I just had straight purple drops. I had one of the new dilemmas today at 12 hours as well, but it was just a
It does increase
straight purple drop.
Yeah, because it does increase the chances. It does increase your honor accrual, because if you're getting these new dilemmas, you're getting the extra 200 honor. Or, you know, for newer players who want to put a voyage extension on, do a longer voyage and get some of those missing purples, because there are like 500-600 of them now. It's, you know, we were having a discussion about someone that retrieved Ardra recently or was planning to, and I'm like, don't do it. But then I was thinking, like, it's such a big pool. Don't retrieve super rares, but it's such a huge pool. Don't, you know, it's hard to target.
Yeah. I've heard some complaints from players, and, you know, whether or not they're valid or not, that now it's a lot harder to get those super rare voyage exclusives because now the maximum voyage is 10 hours longer than it used to be. So what do you guys think? You know, is that a complaint that has any merit, or, you know, it's a voyage super rare, who cares if you get a Kernel Wharf or not? What do you think?
I don't think they matter too much. There's enough purples out there with the traits that you're not going to starve for these crew to finish collections.
You don't understand. This is
you're
a
going to
collection game. I has to have them all, and they're not in my
but
collection.
But there is
yet.
that. There is that fact that you want to get these.
Yeah.
You want the crew. So it does make it a little bit harder and a little bit more frustrating for people who are trying to get them.
I think it depends if they're going to add more dilemmas in the future or not, or if it's just this 5 to kind of go, here's a bit of an easier way to get like more purples and get these voyage exclusive golds. Like, there is a path you can take rather than just sitting there and waiting for a random chance. Like, it does seem to be a bit more of an intuitive step. But if they add more dilemmas, then it becomes a problem. It becomes, you know, we have portal dilution, then we'll have dilemma dilution, which I'm for and against. Like, I'm for, because I'd like to see more interesting dilemmas. I'd love to have I'd love to have hundreds of them, so it's my voyages are actually interesting. But
if they hadn't fixed the voyage bug, and I know there's still some reports of stuck voyages out there, but if they hadn't fixed the voyage bug, then this would be moot, because no one could get to the point where they can run a long voyage and you know, take a shot at potentially all 5 of them, plus the other 5 that you can get a 1% chance of the behold.
And the fact is,
there's now 10 dilemmas you can get the voyage legendary behold from now.
And I'm going to coin a Stars phrase here. The fact of the matter is, once you get to an 80-hour voyage, your game's going to crash anyway. Because as soon as you try and hit the next dilemma, if you haven't recalled, that's a ticket to support to go, can I have my stuff back, please?
Yeah. Yep. You got to remember to recall at that point.
It does seem like a good point to cap the gold crew and dilemma thing, because you've got 3 crew now, 3 gold exclusives on voyages, which is perfect for a behold. So you get your behold, you've got the choice of those 3 crew. It seems like a nice place to cap it. If you start adding more, then you get people moaning that I got the behold, but I didn't get the crew that I wanted.
I mean, that's happening with Gauntlet now, isn't it? People are getting Gauntlet, and myself, I still need... I've had a few Gauntlet beholds since they started, and I still need Archer and Mariner. And, you know, okay, fair enough, it's RNG, but yeah, they will do it. I think there will definitely be a continued trend of more Voyage exclusives. What the top level of that is going to be, who knows? It might be nice to sort of like get them once every, I don't know, 4 or 5 months or so and go, oh, it's all new crew because they've added so many new crew in there. That's a nice thing. But if you're a collector and you're trying to target for a crew that you can only get from the voyage, and you, like, I know Frank has had this complaint before because he wants to have every single crew and he can't get them, it's a little bit disheartening.
It's kind of worth it if the crew is worth it. If it's a decent card that you're going to use, then you want to try and get that card. When Chakotay first came in, it was like, if I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't. I'm not bothered. When Black came in, right, now I want to get him.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a difference.
No one can do what he does.
No, he's crazy good. Crazy good. I don't know if we've talked about
He's
Black,
not going to get any worse in Gauntlet. Like, they're not going to release cards better than him. You know, they'll release cards better than Chapel. They'll release cards better than Chakotay. You know, Voyage creep and Power creep will take them out. But there's no Gauntlet creep for a crew that good in Black.
Gauntlet creep. Now there's the next thing. Just boss Voyage. Well, this is where Quitman comes in, because Quitman could change all that. And there's definitely
your Stargazer Picard is going to beat Admiral Black.
Meanwhile, Ciete's here like, what's equipment?
I know there's a thing called quickness, but I don't know what it does yet.
It basically
Just wait till they get it out.
Sorry,
I know it boosts your crew, but know how it works and all the, once it comes out, I will start asking everybody,
Yeah.
hey, how do I do it?
We'll help you. Flash will build.
That's my
Flash
YouTube
will build a
method.
tool, and we'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One of those clever people over at the Data Core Big Book, they'll sort all the thinking out for
They
me.
work it out. And then I just have to ask.
Yeah.
Also make a YouTube tutorial as well.
Yeah. Come back to the game. Rant about something.
Just so you can boost Chakotay.
Yeah. Actually-
Dreamwalker Chakotay, is it?
We haven't had a skirmish event in a while and auto quit the game. I'm seeing a weird coincidence there. Trying to oppress the man. Can't win a skirmish if they never put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Name it too.
Need a skirmish with Chakotay as the reward, or
A good
Mbenga.
Chakotay. I think that might have been the final nail in the coffin, is when that the Voyage Chakotay came out, and it was just like, no, this guy's trash. What are you doing? Okay, he's not trash, but he's not great. As well, talking of voyages, there are, for those that are in the manual ceasing column, I know you are, Cranky, a manual voyager, not a data core addict like some of us, myself included. They have added some new seats to the trait pool. So Mirror, you can find Mirror Crew are now a bonus on Command, Dip, Sec, and Psi seats. Caregiver has now been added to Dip, and Med seats, and Nurse has been added to Med seats. So I think some crew, like Sentry Nurse Crusher, will now be a little bit more viable for some people in those seats. And that's a good change, because I think we've been calling for a long time to say, like, we need some more variation in here, because it's a little predictable.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you've seen, Cranky, that you're using differently, or any Mirror Crew or caregivers, for instance, that you may have been putting on seats that you wouldn't usually?
I don't think I've got any Mirror Crew that really voyage. Off the
Mirror
top of my
Tuvok?
head. Oh, Mirror Tuvok, yeah, he's about the only one. But he voyaged before they changed the
Yeah.
trait.
A lot of the Mirror Crew are really old and really bad.
Yeah.
The one that kind of
Unfortunately.
stinks, though, is the Nurse seat for Med, because there are not a lot of good legendary nurses, with the exception of a crew we're going to talk about later.
Well, variants of Chapel will probably come up.
Yeah.
There are no good nurses. Careful how you say that, Boota.
Norton McCoy.
Norton McCoy, yeah.
Norton McCoy.
Yeah, we never resolved what happened to Norton McCoy.
He lived.
He did live, but we should check him. That'll be for the next. Anyway, sorry, Star Trek Adventure stream. If you haven't watched it, you won't get the joke. But yeah, Booster says healthcare workers come at me. That's opening a can of worms. My wife upstairs is twitching. Right, let's talk about some crew. We've got a lot.
Ironically, you're downstairs twitching.
Indeed.
Oh, hold on, we've got a sound for that.
You do have a sound for that. Nice. Oh, why did Discord put a soundboard in there? I'm surprised no one's abused that more. But there we go. Walker. Oh, for God's sake, Walker. Right, let's talk about some crew that coming out. There's been a lot of news dropping, and we're gonna have a little secret look at some people, but shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, but first off, let's have open up the crew, and we're gonna talk about the new giveaway, which is coming up for spooky Halloween month. It's going to be Phantasms Data, Diplomacy, Science, Engineering, Voyage Rank 33. What do we think about this? How are we feeling about spooky data?
Yeah,
No,
it's a card.
It's a card. 3 years
data.
of doing timelines talks, and I show this, and you're like, it's a card.
It's a data.
It's kind of pointing.
It's kind of pointing.
It's kind of
Pointing
pointing.
collection, but not.
Pointing collection.
Pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Ben's vengeance. We're not going to give you a pointing collection.
Yeah, you say
Yeah.
that. Boo, babe.
Yeah. I mean, we got a sneak peek of what his old stats were, and they were bad, and then they buffed him, and now he's pretty good as a Voyager. Probably could use a few more traits. Dip bases are a dime a dozen, but his skill set's not bad. The art's a little off.
I don't know. I like the art. I think the art's
I like the art
decent.
too.
I like the art, but it's a little off. I mean, I like it, but it's off. You can be in both camps.
Yeah.
It's when that I was going with that silly noise. What? And
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
within so he's got that kind of face.
You got like the three
Really nice.
miners with pickaxes, like
Yeah.
breaking into a conduit in the side of the corridor.
Yeah.
It's been a while
Every-
since I've wanted to cite a 4 out of 5 giveaway legendary, and I think this will be the one that breaks the streak because I didn't cite Mariner. I don't remember who the giveaway Mirror Boimler was on before. Didn't cite Mirror Boimler. They just weren't good enough to bother with. I
he's
think
quite
Data's
good.
going to
He's
break
not
that
bad.
streak. He's
Yeah,
okay.
I cited Boimler. I use him occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mariner also. I'm using Mariner.
Yeah.
So the good news is that Voyage 33 is nothing to shout about, but the impressive thing is he is top of his triplet. So if you've got crew, other Dipsci Edge crew like Evie Suit Tendi, she's an absolutely amazing card. He pips her by a little bit. Former good data, Hollow Data, who came out, I think it was last year's Tin Man Mega. He trumps him by quite a bit in the actual skill set, though. I'm pulling up sheets now. It is a very exact order. If you are a fan of former Carl, Guardian of all the traits, Tacon extraordinaire, he is
Who is he for?
Who is he for? Indeed, he is the actual good version of that card. So if you were using Carl and Voyagers and suddenly stopped and go, I wish I could again, this is the data. I've just wondered as well, all these discussions are going to get really mute once the equipment comes out. Because it'll be like saying, these are comparable to this. And they're like, well, yeah, but anyone can be anything. So we'll just have to see how that plays out.
But only for a limited amount of time.
How disappointed you are that this isn't telephone data? This isn't, from the scene where Phantom, he's got the telephone and he's like, hello?
Yeah, I thought we all wanted. I think we all wanted the telephone data.
Absolutely.
Maybe what they probably couldn't get is the rights to the actual telephone. To the art.
Are telephones copyrighted? Is that a...
No, the telephone is no longer with us. It's just the telephone's family wouldn't release the rights.
The estate. It means we could get that card in the future.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, it is a card that people have spoken about for quite some time.
It is one of the elusive ones.
Yeah.
But also, do you think there's a telephone union? Are they on strike? Is this why they couldn't do it? Yeah.
Only people playing telephones on TV.
Striking over the AI telephones.
Boo says Alexander Graham Bell said no.
I knew it.
I love it.
What's he doing in the chat? Come on, Booter, get on here.
I know. Well, he's too busy doing taxes. I think there's probably someone's taxes has to be due.
This does, however, despite the missing arm, join the ranks of Datas in a yellow uniform standing on your roster. So I think the artwork's fine, but I do feel like it could have been better. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Shall we have a sneak peek? This one. Don't tell anyone you've seen this, but there's a mega coming up. And there's going to be something strangely world-oriented. But this is Valio Beta 5 La'an, who will be the mega recurring of the upcoming thing. So you will get, if you play every event in the upcoming mega, this will be 4 out of 5 for you. Voyage rank 42, Sec Command Engineering. That's not bad. It's let me just check her stats on the old spreadsheet. But what do we think about the art though? Because I'm a huge La'an fan.
Yeah,
Now this one I have feelings about. I think it's good, but it looks like it's done by the bad artist.
See,
So it could have been a lot better.
if it is the bad artist, that's great
the
because
bad
they're
artist
getting
is
better.
really-
Yeah. I think they're learning from Artist One. Yeah, I'm also a La'an fan. I mean, I think it's come along quite a bit since her, season 1. I like her character development. I like the card, and Louksy's going to be extremely thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. But it's a good Voyager. She is, if you recently got Mistress of the Winter Constellation, she is better. So that card you may have put sights on. You'll probably still use them both, but yeah, she is ever so slightly better, and you'll only need to put one sight on her. So if you were thinking of sighting Mistress of the Winter Constellations, that was a mouthful. Maybe hold off on those sites, and there might be something a little bit better coming up. I didn't put her traits on here, did I? No, I did not. So I had to manually make this one because it's a secret. Where are we? Sorry. Is she better than
Probably
EV Boy?
survivalist and stuff.
Yeah, she is indeed. She is only resourceful in terms of collections, so she only does fill one collection, and that's a fairly big one, but it's a close one. But it's a good card. I am quite excited, and this leads into we've seen Value of Beta 5 Spock, who we'll be talking about a little bit later. This is going to be the theme for the next Mega. I believe it's going to be Strange New Worlds.
Gorntober.
Gorntober. Larnember.
That work?
Gornoween.
Oh no, that doesn't work.
Gornoween.
Hologorn.
Lanoween works.
Lanoween. Yeah, I'm celebrating Lanoween.
Hololon. Hololon. I don't know.
Phantasm's Lan. That's the card we want.
I do like how menacing she looks.
Yeah,
It's quite
she's got
menacing in that art.
That's definitely awakening things in me. And I met, well, I met Christina Chong recently.
Yeah, that's right.
I passed her in the convention hall.
Yeah. Did you get to see them both, or you didn't say much about them?
We didn't speak to them, but we got to see them.
We got to look at them from afar. Yeah.
From the far.
Would that constitute meeting in
yeah, we're in the same room.
England?
There was a point where we were in the sort of the signing room, which is just a big hall with tables around the outside, and me and Idle, and I think Monkey, we just basically stood there watching all these cool Star Trek people signing things and going, I can't afford to go and get a signature.
Pretty much.
Because you was drinking everything. You were spending the whole money in drinks.
That's true. Well, should we go back to the bar? I think my favourite part was Cranky. We were just like, it's 10:30. Is it too early to drink? I'm like, probably. And got to 11 o'clock. Like, yeah, no, it's fine.
Well, it was 10 o'clock the first time we arrived at the bar, and we went, no, let's have a wander around again. And then it was 10:30. We re-arrived at the bar. Yeah, okay, let's start.
I will have joined you. I have to say that. So.
You should come to Blackpool.
Fly over, come to Blackpool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very nice place, but you've got to come to meet us.
No, I mean, I will have joined you in the drinking part.
I see.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yes, Valio Beta 5 Land will be your Mega recurring. How do we feel now about
big step up from Pascal Fullerton? That's for sure.
Well, yeah.
What a dump he was.
That's something we need to do soon. And we've talked about this before, is to tier the Mega Legendaries. Maybe we'll do that soon. We'll get a tier list together, and we'll
maybe that could be TT 100.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, look at you coming up with the thoughtful suggestions.
That's what you pay me for.
Mega TT.
Mega TT. How do we feel about Bellitrium 3 these days? I know we're all... Suncoast is very much into the Ultra Nightmare farming phase to try and get us up to those second chance Kirks? Second chance Kirks? Yeah. Yep. But how do we feel about now that Bellitrium 3 is available in Nightmare mode at 100% boss completion, which was a complaint for a little bit, that some fleets were struggling to do Ultra Nightmare?
I think when you're up and coming and you're still trying to build your bridge, it's a concern. Like, sort of, if I remember right, it was sort of early to late teens is where Bellitrium is an issue. We're at the point now, because we had so long just farming before we had the extra levels added. We've got so much Bellitrium, and it's just the Magnesite we're desperate for.
Yeah.
I was just opening the game now to see. I'm sure I've got a lot of Bellitrium.
It's real nice for the fleets that are a little bit more casual, that were locked at bridge level 13, I think, because they couldn't kill UNM, but now they can at least progress their bridge with killing Nightmare 100%. At least they get, I think, 1 or 2, and they can start moving their bridges again and get good enough to hopefully kill UNM and continue moving from there.
So
can't see
that a lot.
What does it say?
No, you're not going to be able to see it.
Is that a lot?
Nope. Is that a lot?
It's
How many? 800?
I've got 1,800 Bellitrium to 1,080, sorry. 1,030 Bellitrium 1 and 650 Bellitrium 3.
That's a lot.
That's like 300 or something UNM kills, not counting the ones you're using.
Yeah, we were farming them for so long. I think anyone who reached Bridge 20 before they put the new levels in, you're just farming, so you're just gathering all this, and it's the Magnesite that burns down so quickly that you just need the Magnesite now.
Yeah, it's a good thing overall. It's nice that they made it a little bit easier for the players who aren't us.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
know there was
definitely.
our very good friend Shai who was runs his own fleet, the Steeler Nation, which is a good home for alts and yeah, for alts and nightmare players. He laments because obviously he doesn't have the most active fleet, but they can only do nightmare, and now he can't get past level 13. I think is it 13 where it stops. You have to have Blitzchim 3 before you can go forward, and he can't progress because he hasn't got the fleet to do it, and he wants to play in a casual manner. He doesn't want to be as committed as some of us full timers. It's nice that they've now had that incentive that you can get Blitzchim 300% nightmare.
Yeah.
You can actually progress and get McCoy, who is bloody good.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at Irony Wit's comment. I bet they're planning to release a Valio Beta 5 vanity collection to entice you to get Valio Beta 5 Hammer from the Hall. There'll be a vanity for everything. Right, let's go for campaign time. Recently announced, there is going to be a new spooky campaign. Actually, I should read the announcement while I bring the crew stats on screen. Guys, talk to me about Night Terrors Troy while I find the... Do you know what we haven't been doing? No one's been filling in for Auto for the flavor text. We'll have to go through it. We'll go back to that. Talk to me about Night Terrors Troy.
Wow, she's beautiful. That art is on point. It's fantastic. Really, really good art.
Yeah. It's
And
some of the
that's
best
about all
art
I got
I've
to
seen.
say about that.
Thanks, Forrest. No, she's a top 10 Voyager. In a top 15 Voyager in a good skill set. Yes. Rock and roll. I can't wait for people to Photoshop some stuff onto that crew art. Speaking of, contest for a free sub, and Idol will sing happy birthday to you.
Oh, hang on. Frank's it. Oh, God.
He's here to read the flavor text.
He's here to do the flavor text.
After the Enterprise finds itself drifting through a space-time anomaly, Troy becomes the only crew member who can still dream. But those dreams are nightmares during which she may not be alone.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Bravo.
All right. Well, that was the best cut-in since Jai with the Borg Queen 7 art.
Yep.
Yeah, she's top 10 Voyagers, so she's definitely worth it. And beautiful car as well.
Amazing art. I was worried they were going to do the bad where she's floating through space, kind of like it was going to be like the other artist. But this is stunning. This is really good. It's not just sort of photogenic; it's styled. We've got I love the yellow light reflection as well. I know the yellow and the blue is not the reflection, the outlining, but I know the yellow and blue is classic. But actually, it really works here. It's really nice.
It's almost a shame they didn't put a little bit of a background, like a haze or something, like a bit of a smoky background. Because in the scene, that's what it is, isn't it? She's in a smoky vortex. That would have been quite cool.
Yeah.
Another thing.
So she breaks 5,000 voyage score. She breaks over 5,000 points. A few people, Evie Suhura has done that. But in her skill set, she's being offered alongside Devious Duet Gerati, and she beats her by, a little bit, not much, but both, which you can get in the campaign. If you buy the Uber campaign, you can get both of them, and both are very good cards. I'm still using Gerati. You guys still using Gerati on Voyages?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. Gerati punches well above her skill set because she has 8 or 9 antimatter traits and a really good skill set. If you remember how long Cheesecake 7 voyaged for you because of her skill set and her having 8 or 9
very occasionally
antimatter seats, that's the sort of longevity you're going to see from Gerati. So you might even want to get a second one if you already have her finished, and if you're an elderly player, you probably do.
I've got a feeling I've got a 1-star dupe of Gerati anyway, so that'll be good.
That's perfect.
It sounds like you.
If, of course, you are of the buying type. I like Salieri's M's comment. She is missing the Orion trait. Should this be classed as an Orion? She is green.
Yeah.
That species is
green lady.
It is green.
Yes, this is blue. She
People
also
say she's
sorry,
rank 10. No, sorry, I was checking the screen, and people say that it's Voyager's rank 10, no 15.
Maybe I'm out of date.
Yeah, the rating is probably
Actually, no,
10.
these are big book
that
stats.
takes in Yeah, the rating takes
I'm-
into account
Oh, there
the skill set and order and the animator traits, but she
Yeah.
might be 15 raw.
Yeah, she is 15 raw, 10 in the rating. But yeah, there you go. Numbers.
She's better. She punches above her skill set.
And if you need an upgrade for Triple Cork, that is her exact skill order upgrade. So if you're still using Triple Cork, why are you still playing this game? I think Triple Cork went on for like 2 voyages for me.
She'll look good on the bridge with, I think maybe Mariachi Q, Dancing Uhura. Who else is dancing? Giraffe's not dancing.
As long as she's not, it's not poking up from the bottom of the screen.
Sort of a musical rock and roll theme on the bridge. Yeah.
Vic Fontaine, maybe.
Isn't it nice to finally? Isn't it
Chekhov,
finally nice to get a
Chekhov.
good Troy? Finally get a good
Yes,
Troy.
yes.
When was the last one? It's been like a couple of years now.
Mary Mentroy was very good for a
Oh
long time.
But that was a long time ago.
No, yeah, she's
That was when I first
probably
started
Voyager
playing.
200 by now.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, where is Mary Men Troy? Just out of interest. Let me check the
There
big
used to
book.
be
I
a
guess
couple of
200.
Oh no,
there
we
used
had
to be a couple
Bridal
of decent
and
purple
Nepenthe
Troys.
and Dark
Yeah.
Empath.
And a Panther.
Yeah. We've actually had quite a few, but I think the last one was Bridal, and that was February 2021. She is now tier 9.
Yeah,
Wow,
What?
terrible.
not great.
Right.
Okay, let's go on. So there is a rerun coming up in a couple of weeks. Hurrah! We like reruns because that means free crew at 400,000. The free crew you can get is from the Enterprise finale. Shut up. John Frederick Paxton, Command IPSEC.
Paxton.
He is the Paxton, Peter Weller himself, RoboCop, any other the many amazing roles he's been in. This crew worth getting the extra star on? Guys in chat, tell me.
Notably FTM'd by the indomitable Nifty Mittens.
Nifty Mittens did indeed.
Right.
He didn't nifty it. He got on straight away. I'm struggling to talk tonight. He got on straight away and Paxtoned it right up. But guys, let me know in chat if you have this crew. Are you interested in a first star? Are you interested in upgrading him? Do you have him immortalized? Where does this crew stack up in this day and age?
He's not a good Voyager anymore, but I think he's pretty well traded, so he's a good long-term investment. And you do need most of the Enterprise crew to finish that collection. So I don't have him, but I'll grab the star at 400, and I'll level him up so I can compete for the next Legendary, which we'll talk about later.
It'll be his last star for me, so it'll be worth getting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's going to be a Galaxy event that he's in for. So if you want to get to 400k, you're going to have
Spending
to...
my valuable resources.
I know. Everyone looks at faction. Sorry, go on,
I
Seth.
think I got it immortalized. I'm checking it.
Yeah,
Put him off
Galaxy.
your lock.
Spend those resources, get to 400k. And do you ever guys find out on these, when you get to 400k on these events, you've got the star, you're just thinking, if I do a little bit more, I could just get
it makes
the
a big difference.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
just...
it's for the
Yeah.
fuse.
Yeah, you just get
So
that.
many people get to thresholds and just stop.
Yep.
You can do
Yeah.
5 minutes more tapping after you reach thresholds, and you'll jump so many
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
That happens every
A
week.
little bit more.
Yeah, and of course you
Problem
will be winning in this. If you do that, you will be winning in this event. Valio Beta 5 Spock Science Sec Command Tier 4 Void Rank 84. Another Spock. This is the 18th gold Spock in the game. I've been reliably informed. Would you make this
October
your...
Spock.
Yes, will you make this your 18th Spock? Guys, how do we feel about Valio Beta?
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of saying Valio Beta. This is going to happen a lot, but...
Just say
It's a
BB5.
It's a Spock. You've got to get a Spock.
Yeah. You can't not.
No.
Can't
He's got a
fault
good skill set. Sexai is good. Yeah. I like Peck as Spock. And
I love them too.
Spock, back you back.
got good traits.
The
Guard is
general
good.
rule of thumb is Spocks are worth getting.
Yeah.
Even when they're not great cards, they're still worth getting.
He is okay. I mean, looking at the skill sets, he rates just under Gary 7. So Gary 7, how old he is still rocking it.
He still voyages.
He still does voyage. He voyages more than Braxton for me now. We were having this discussion the other day that Braxton's finally
noted trash crew.
He's no longer the best crew in the game. And looking at this,
is dead.
Braxton
is dead now.
Braxton. No one falls the voyage ranks like Braxton. But
we need a new version of the song, shall we? We need a new version.
I don't think he's allowed to. He's on strike.
Oh,
that's true. Yeah. Is he part of the union? Who knows?
Yeah, he's SAG.
If you recently got, sorry, I'm looking at the list here. If you recently got Daring Tilly from the list, or Gary 7 is the most direct analog, or Amand Routh Pike from that campaign, they are better than Spock, although Spock does hit the size a little better. But it's a Spock. It's a Spock in a galaxy, though.
Fuck.
You guys won a galaxy event before? Or gone big in a galaxy event?
Me.
Both of my wins have been hybrid.
Hybrids.
I've never gone above 100, I think, in a galaxy.
So
Otto, Idle, you always say,
shut up, Otto.
like, oh, I'm just gonna go to. You always say, oh, I'm gonna go to 100, and then you end up going to like 30 or 10 in a galaxy.
You go blind. You go like tapping blind. You forget that you're spending crons, and you just kind of go like, I've just got to keep tapping, and you can't. It's like skirmishes, a little bit worse than skirmishes, because skirmishes you at least get something back, but this is willful negligence. You're actually hurting yourself by ranking high in a galaxy, but you can't stop. You're just thinking like, well, if I stop now, someone's going to overtake me, and I could look at the super res. They're cracking up. I've got like 3,000 of them now, but I could get 3,200, and it just gets bigger, and then you finish the galaxy. You come 31st. You don't get 4 stars on someone. You end
Quit
up
the game.
You've got no resources. You've got no crons, and you're just like, oh, that wasn't worth it for I don't know, Sentry Nurse Crusher.
And you've lost most of the weekend.
Yeah.
And then Crunchy Crons is on Tuesday, and you don't have any crons left.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the big one.
Who cares about Crunchy Crons?
I love Crunchy Crons.
I never do them. No,
Oh
I'd
my
rather
God.
save my crons for Galaxy.
Oh.
Give me Crunchy Crons.
I do Crunchy Cron. I work out what galaxy items I'm low on as soon as Crunchy Crons comes around 10,000 chronicons straight on galaxy items.
Nah.
I'm going to shout out Danjavin's amazing chronometrics sheet if you want to look at how many galaxy items or farming requirements you need. It's a great sheet. Go use it. It's helped me farm some stuff as well. But yeah, no, I always do Crunchy Crons. I mean, like, I save up credits and crons specifically for retrievals. Like, this is getting me more crude. That's my thing.
You have retrievals planned out to like 2026 at this point.
I pretty much do. I've got like my next 40 odd retrievals planned out.
I'm like the opposite of that. I go, oh, I can retrieve someone. Who shall I retrieve?
I think on my list, let me have a look at my list. Who's coming up next? I'm doing Vulcan at the moment, the Vulcan collection. So I've
I got
retrieved
one in my list. I never know which one to get either.
No, I've just done North Star to Pole, so I think soon it's either going to be, because I'm trying to I'm not like getting someone to 5. I'm doing the collection like to 3s to 4 stars, then to 5 stars, just in case you get that behold through that goes, oh, you just retrieved them. Oh,
behold
no.
insurance.
Exactly. So I think it's either going to be to bring Panaya Prime to Pole or Falterpan Spock next.
Oh, she was my last retrieval.
Ah, yeah, Wild Wild West. Jim West, Desperado. Sorry.
Roughneck.
Do the rest of the song.
Nada.
There it is. So I was looking at North Star to Pole. Okay, we've deviated away from Spock ever so slightly. This card is okay. I feel you
Welcome
can
to
skip
Wild
him.
Wild West chats.
Yes. It's all Will Smith and Kevin Kline? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin
Some
Klein.
Hayek too, right?
And Summer Hayek, yeah.
Yeah, and who's the the Shakespearean guy who's in Poirot at the moment? Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a great film. That's a good just turn off your brain.
Giant,
It's really good.
giant mechanical steampunk spider thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a story I was reading about that. The guy who produced it, because originally it wasn't supposed to be the main bad guy, but the guy that produced it had a big thing for mechanical spiders to the point where he was going to also produce the Superman Returns, which also had Nicolas Cage's Superman fighting a big mechanical spider. He just had a thing for them.
Amazing.
And there's your weird film fact. Okay,
Thank you for that.
you guys like mixed beholds? Who likes mixed beholds?
Don't.
No.
Somewhere Frank has died.
Yes.
I did too many this time. I never do them, but I wanted to get the guy and didn't.
You didn't get the guy. The guy being Rogue Jack Crusher
one.
from Picard season 3. Oh, here we go.
He's alive.
Ben, I know you're listening. Stop.
I love it.
What was that?
Oh, poor Frank.
Poor Frank. Poor collectible.
Oh, he went for
addicted
many.
Frank.
He went for many of them, I guess.
So yes, this is the Scoundrel. The Scoundrel Mix Behold, featuring many scoundrels from all over the game. However, the one buried in that pack is Voyage Rank 30 Rogue Jack Crusher from Picard Season 3. The best Sec Command Dip crew in the game, pipping fencing Picard ever so slightly. However, don't feel too bad. Why shouldn't people feel too bad, guys?
Man dips suck.
Yep, that's the one.
It's gonna
So
age,
many.
and you mean unless they come out with Star Trek Legacy or whatever that might have Ed Spielers in it, and who knows, how many more variants of Jack Crusher are we gonna get?
Second dip.
Yeah, we've got Vox. We've got
Yeah, Box is really good.
Vox is good.
Box is fantastic.
I would like
Box
Starfleet
is good for
Uniform.
everything.
Yeah.
Like Ensign Jack Crusher would be quite a cool one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was
That's
a cool
probably
moment.
the only other one I could see us getting is Starfleet Uniform Jack Crusher.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be like a 3-star or something, I bet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The card everyone
He's
wants.
It'll
not
be
bad,
a purple.
but-
It'll be a purple because he's got 2 legendaries now, so it'll be a purple.
Talking of bases, he's Sec
Save your
rank
bill.
5, like in pure base, which is not bad.
Big burst.
We've got, if you like your Sec shuttles and you need that little purge, like if you had a simulated Bashir or High Roller Cisco is still rocking the top of those bases, by the way. It's number 3. He was number 1 for so long, just no one's taken him down, apart from Javini.
I just finished her too.
Hey, Javini, good
She's my
Javini,
last
Romulan.
Romulan.
Yeah, Romulan caregiver. What's not to love? And yeah, if
Got
you're
a
going to
sword?
dive into mix, but you didn't tell me, like, have you ever dived in on mix behold packs? Chat, weigh in as well. I think who was I saw someone talking about rock and roll. Eric Nelson, full 6, not so lucky with rock and roll Mariner. Yeah, Frank can talk to that as well.
I tried a few for Mariner. That was a card I wanted. I think I spent maybe 4,000 dill on that.
Ouch.
But
One or
in
two
general,
on you.
mixed beholds I don't touch. I like to do 2 or 3 lucky, see if I'm lucky in a couple of packs. If I don't get it, I don't get
Cheeky
it.
pulls.
Yeah. Cheeky little pull. A black and cheeky little pull.
I think I did the one from Benga and Oriana because my head was still in Tuesday pack mode, and I was just like, I'll just pull it, and eventually I'll get the purple. I went, oh no, wait, what? Stop! I got 3 Kaiheems. It is a gold card in a row, 3 Kaiheems in a row, and I'm like, oh no, I want the caregiver. I want the purple caregiver.
I usually do a lucky pull and stop. I did it for the Kira, animated Kira, and got her. That was lucky.
No.
Yeah.
Got a couple on there.
And she's really good wire, actually. She's in the wire almost all the time now. Try this time, I make like 6 or 7 pulls and nothing. Well, I got a few goals, but not the ones I wanted.
No, so yeah, the new Tuesday is the mixed behold. The mixed beholds are.
I don't like them.
No,
Poopy.
but people, they must be working because we've seen a lot of them. The haunted.
Yeah.
We could have the haunted mixed behold. There's an idea. Every third pull you get a go.
Poopy.
Thank you, Cranky. Okay, let's talk about upcoming hybrid event for Nancy Hedford. If you don't remember who Nancy Hedford is, she is from the episode where we meet Zephram Cochrane. in the I think it's called the Changeling. The episode is she is the sort of very stubborn, uptight diplomat who ends up getting staying on the planet with Zephyr Cochrane. Odd to see a TOS guest star these days. Often they are usually entangled in rights issues, so this is kind of nice to get more original TOS representation, because I feel like we've been swamped with Picard and Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. It's nice to remember where we came from.
The last time we got a bunch of these were the first Spocktober, because they were all like the love interests of Spock.
Right,
so we got a bunch of his love interests, all the bombshells. But watch the episode. The actor who plays Zephyr Cochrane looks remarkably like Connor Trenier. It just threw me the first time I saw it.
Right, so Nancy Hedford.
Cochrane in TOS.
Yeah, he was. He was stranded.
I know he was in it, but I can't picture it in my head.
He's wearing a red
No,
jumpsuit.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
And the
I've
episode
only
with
seen it the
Cobra?
one time.
It's called the Changeling. He's basically the crew come across Zephyr Cochrane, who'd basically disappeared after many years in the limelight and stranded on this planet where he needs an alien being to sort of him and this alien being have to have a kind of synergy, a kind of relationship together, and the energy being ends up infesting. Sorry, spoilers for a 60-year-old TV show.
I don't remember that episode at all.
Nancy Hedford to keep him company on the planet, and then they zoom off.
I don't remember it at all. I have to rewatch it.
You should. You
A lot
should
of people
watch
are going to be like, "Who?"
Who? Yeah. But
I mean, she's okay as a crew.
yeah, I was going to say,
great.
Void Track 89, Med-Dip Command. This is the the trappings of a card you'll get and then forget you got, and then you'll get a behold and went, oh yeah, I got 2 stars on them. Completely forgot I had them.
That's
He's
the goal we're getting
objectively a
this
card.
week.
That's what you're getting this week. If you fancy doing a hybrid event for Nancy, and also Charlene is the super rare for this one, the theme of Doc's hologram, creepy hologram program. Before we talk about One Way Ticket to Heaven, let's talk about Kenneth EMH, the previous win. How many guys went for Kenneth? Who went for Kenneth here?
Me.
Yeah. How are you finding Kenneth? Did you
Yeah,
cite him?
you
Did you
did.
take him? Did you love him? Did you care for him? Are you feeding him every day? Are you brushing his immaculate hair?
Well, I leveled him, so that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Siete.
No, I leveled him today, so I still don't know how good it is. If it's worth for what it is, or I haven't tried yet.
He has a really big science base. I think he's above Burt Macklin, or no, Albert Macklin. Burt Macklin is
Albert
from
Macklin.
Parks and Rec.
Didn't he drive a Trans Am? Shipping curs over state lines?
Yeah, no, he's got a good void score. He's we needed a new EMH that was good, since all of his variants are now older and not so great anymore. He's good. I like him. I like the art.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a fun episode.
And that's the other artists as well. They can definitely say they're getting better. Any chance we'll get the kids, holographic kids? I don't think we do many kids in this game, but there have been a few.
I want the Rascals.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, give me the Rascals.
Yeah, I want them.
No. Give me that.
Yeah, I watched that episode yesterday, actually.
It's such a fun episode.
Love it. Yeah.
Thumping his feet. No.
What is my dad?
He's my number 1 dad. Fun fact, that kid also played Renee in Family as well.
And then he died.
That's right. Yeah.
And then he died
I
in
mean, the
Generation.
character,
not
not
the actor. I don't know. Actually, someone IMDb the actor. Is he still going around? He must be doing something.
I don't know if we want to check.
But yes, Kenneth was available in the last event. I mean, look at the spread of traits as well. We've got physician, casual, caregiver, hologram. Come on, we know it's out there.
When?
Explorer, romantic. Like there's some potentials in explorer and romantic as well. Like this is a potentially trait-filled crew, which is always like to see. Do you think they'll do the Federation collection?
No, they can't do that.
If they do it, the game is definitely dead.
Yeah.
Or Starfleet.
What about the Starfleet collection?
Same.
What about the next large
Human
one? What about the Brutal collection? Do you think they'd ever do Brutal? It's too large.
I think they could probably do
It's too
Brutal,
big.
you know.
It's too
No,
big. You'd never
No
get
way.
a 200 threshold Brutal collection, would you?
260,
260.
290.
Just keep going up.
If only we had a crystal ball and we could look into the future.
It's weird. It's weird. Well, there's only one way out of
We
this
have Idle's head.
conversation.
Just polish that and look really hard.
Thank you.
Definitely never getting the brutal collection. Definitely not 200
No,
tier
surely
or
not.
anything.
Right after the human collection, yeah. We're only human after all. Well, this is a one-way ticket out of this conversation is to talk about one-way ticket. Chaffel, did you like that segue? Look at that. We have
One of your best.
We've been talking about it enough, but we have a new Voyage exclusive crew to complete the trifecta of a Behold, which you can hopefully get by always going left. One-way ticket Chapel is now in that list. MedSec Diplomacy, Voyage rank 45. Who wants her? Oh, EV suit as well. Who has her? Sorry.
She's
Christ.
she fills that nurse seat now on Voyages, and she is a refresh of Mokbara Crusher. If you remember how good she was.
She was very good at one
She
point.
was. She was.
I've got 2 of her.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. She's also decent in boss battles if you don't have the 25% hull repairs for some reason. She has a 20% with an attack boost. So if you want to throw her on your ships and fleet boss battles.
Yeah, if you are lucky to get her. It's lovely art as well. It's nice, and it's a nice scene from that. I think this is the first season 2 card we've got as well. I don't think we've had anything from season 2 yet.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Would you like to know who she is a direct upgrade from? A crew you could get maybe about a year ago. She is a direct upgrade in the MedSec Dip lineup. Any guesses for a point?
Corrupted Badgie?
No.
That's not right.
MedSec Dip. Kira?
It's not
Ridley?
Kira.
No, not Ridley.
No.
No.
Okay.
Kovic?
No. She is a direct upgrade to Dreamwalker Chakotay.
After how many in between them?
Yeah, exactly. No, she's direct. There's a 600 point difference between the two. It's quite a lot. He sits at 4.3, she's at 4.9. So yeah, it's quite remarkable. But yeah, I think it's a good card. It's just a shame that not a lot of people get her before she drops in the ranks. I feel there may be some use for her. She is the top of the dips. Like you said, she's better than Mokbara Crusher. She'll be used for quite some time, but with the creep as it is, it'll be a shame to get like I think not even that long ago the Voyage Chakotay was okay, and now he's like, nah, don't bother.
Yeah.
But there's always black.
Think about it like this. Yeah. Power creep's going to come for, and I think I might have mentioned this earlier. If you get a Behold and you don't have any of them, you're going to take black. And it might be months before you get another one. And then you'll probably take Chapel, and she might be Voyager 100 by then. And you're like, well, do I bother even citing this crew? What do I do with this one? If you can get her now, she'll be useful, but 6 months from now, maybe not so much. Nice big med base, though.
Big med base, nice traits as well. But yeah, you've got to get lucky, and it's the catch-22 of us talking about these crews. Like, well, they're going to be really good in this amount of time if you get her. And I think this is kind of a growing thing with the game, is that between mixed beholds, gauntlet exclusives, voyage exclusives, it's all for one thing about saving your sites and getting someone an event, and then spamming about 100 packs and going for broke, or just spending a shitload of dilithium on a pack. But these ones do feel a little bit more like we are straining the tea bag to get the very last essence of. Sorry, I'm looking at my cup of tea now, and that's kind of where the analogy's coming from. To get the last juices out.
It's all about the engagement in the game. So you make the voyages longer. You mean you have to have people pop in every 2 hours or less if you're going to use tokens. With Gauntlet, you got to have them log in every 4 hours, and then with events, you got to have them play all weekend. It's all about getting people to log in and do stuff with the game and watch ads.
And then we're going to have you're already doing you're logging in, you're doing your dailies, you're doing your fleet boss battle cycle, and soon you're going to have your equipment cycle as well. You're going to be like, right, I need to do my daily equipment mission, continuum missions to get my boosts, so I can boost someone up, so I can put them in. I can see the kind of steps they want people to take. Excuse me. They want people to sort of like build up their crew so they can do this, so they can win this. It kind of is a cycle to further do something. Oh, it's a kitty cat. Further cycle other than something other than sort of just collecting crew. But it does feel like, what do you think they? You know, someone was having this discussion earlier. I think it was Garrick saying like, what could they do next? What is the next? Like they've been addressing things like people have been asking for. So we've got ways to get gold crew with retrievals. We've got ways to use crew through fleet boss battles, and we've got ways to buff existing crew through equipment. What's the kind of next thing that people would want in the game? Like, what would you want in the game to enhance it? What's the next major thing?
I mean, they'd have to piggyback it off an existing game mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, what could they expand? You know, more another game mode based on Gauntlet. They already have fleet boss battles off of ship battles. They already have equipment, and the continuum missions are going to be based on away missions.
Mm-hmm.
What else can they do?
I mean, it's Voyages or Gauntlet, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah, Super Voyages.
Super Voyage,
Cadet
Fleet Tournament
Voyages.
Gauntlet would be awesome. Actually, that'd be fun.
See, when Voyages first came out, I remember actually sending this to support. Like, I came up with a whole email that I wrote to support about how they should make it like a fleet voyage or a group voyage.
That'd be fun.
So like, you each put 2 crew on to this, and they're gone for a week, and you know, and it's just like a super Uber voyage, mega voyage. But that'll never happen. I got 100 crons for the suggestion though.
Yeah, there was there was stuff in the game code, I think, at one point about like captain's orders or something. Maybe that's what they eventually turned into equipment. But
Yeah,
I mean,
they did
that must
take
have
that
been
from an
that's
old
an idea
thing.
they seem to have scrapped or reworked.
Yeah, Roger's right. Are they ever going to add new story mission episodes? There was last we heard a few years back, there was a plan for new story missions. There's, you know, there was apparently a new distress call that's supposed to come out that we want, you know, and that.
Yeah, did Ben say fairly recently to keep our eyes open for something new in that regard?
You know, maybe there'll come something with equipment. Maybe they'll do a story mission alongside, hopefully. I mean, we still wait for a new fleet boss as well. Like, I know a lot of people have been asking for the crystalline entity to go with the TNG bridge, like another bridge that was spoken about. So we still haven't seen that.
I think that's gone now. I don't think that's going to happen now.
Do you not? Yeah, I think they're going to do another bridge.
Time for Captain.
They tried it.
Level
They
40
tried it.
now.
It didn't work, and they've gone. Well, this is it. This is what we've got
I think
now.
they were. I think I remember Ben was saying like they weren't as happy with the engagement on fleet boss battles as they could have been. But I would still like to see them do it. I would still like to see like another boss, because eventually, in probably 6 months to a year, you know, we will be getting level 30 bridges, and people will be stagnating again, and they've. Maybe they just want everyone to pull over to...
7 upgrades away from level 30.
Sorry, what?
I'm 7 upgrades away from level 30, and then it's like, okay, I guess I'm... Yep.
Holy shit.
Farming for honor.
I'm only on 20...
Now what?
6, 7, something like that. Wow, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jesus. You're rocking up.
I feel like the participation in boss battles is being... I don't think it had necessarily the impact they wanted, but it feels like it's grown. I remember at first there was a lot of the smaller fleets were just like, well, you know, fuck that, we can't do it, we're just not going to do it. But I mean, I watch Universal Chat occasionally, not so much anymore, but I still keep an eye on things, the Watcher, and you see, I see people who used to say, you know, oh, we're not doing fleet boss battles, we don't care about that, we can't do it, so we're not going to do it. They're now doing it, and they're trying, and there's smaller fleets that are merging and swapping players who can do nodes, and so they're doing it now. I think they're getting into it. It's just not. It's a slow burn. It's not being.
It's really lucrative. They're figuring it out.
Oh god, yeah. Honor accrual is just huge now. Like getting up to about,
it's insane.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm thinking about buying Vox.
And merits.
I know,
I've got merits coming out my ears.
Yeah, and that was good. One of the early complaints as well. Like people saying, "Oh, we're just going to run out of merits," and then they buff the rewards for merits and all like that. You know, they listen, so it's good.
Yeah,
I've
definitely felt worth it.
Yeah, I've definitely felt like, you know, the interaction with WRG, or at least the communication, has been good, and they've been listening, and the game is in a much better state than it was, say, 2 years ago when everything was a little bit stagnant. So we'll just have to see what else they do next. How would you guys like to, before we depart the show, how would you guys like to play a game of Guess the Crew tier from the 2019 Big Book of Behold advice?
I couldn't tell you what most of the tiers are in the modern Behold Big Book.
Let's cast your mind back to 2019.
14 tiers, right?
14 tiers. 14 tiers. Chat, play along as well. Please let me know where you think in Automaton 2000's 2019 Big Book of Behold device where Sulan was, and I'll give you an idea. Med base 21, Voyager number 194, only in the Physician collection.
No
Otto
idea.
always liked Sulan.
He's a decent
pilot.
Gauntleteer.
Yeah.
I think that was his main thing.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have much else.
No.
Not a
He
clue.
was, yeah.
Tier 5.
You're going to go 5, Genos?
Otto was locking onto traits even then, even though there weren't as many collections, and he liked Sulan, but I don't think he's a 5. I think he's an 8.
You think he's an 8?
Well,
Can take
I'll
a stab.
say a 7.
You're going to go 7. Seeing 7, 5, and 8 from
different.
chat as well. Phantom of the Opera Jr. has had 2 trait trigger event bonuses in the past, sadly on the same weekend, but it's not his bases we're after. Gauntlet is the name of the game, where Balana's Secret Admirer owns 4 ranked pairs, including number 2 Command Med. His Med proficiency is 3rd in the game. If you enjoy rolling dice, and a tertiary command is an asset for dodging competition there and on Voyages too, where he'll often find a seat, regardless of his bottom barrel Voyager numbers. He gave him tier 8. For that, which sounds
8.
like he should have been higher, but point for
Genos wins on that round.
But I think when we're talking about 14 tiers here, I think he should have been rated
Middle
higher.
of the road.
Okay, I'm going to give it a spin. Tell me where Martian Quark is.
Martian Walk.
Martian Quark, dip number 11, Ferengi 10 events.
I think he's going to have been low. I think he's going to have been 10, tier 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'll say 9. Then
12.
no, 11. 11.
You have 11.
11.
10.
Yeah,
You've got 10, 11, 12.
he was pretty useless.
12.
Walt thinks 9. Booth
Okay.
thinks 8.
I'm not going to read all the things. Okay, so Martian Quark is in fact tier 8 as well.
Oh,
2019 Big Book. It's 2019. It's a different state.
Buta wins that round.
Buta does win that round. Point for Buta.
Yeah, Buta.
Okay. Cast your mind back to a crew that I've not thought about for a long time. Yarnek.
Yannick.
God.
Yannick had Gauntlet, right?
I don't think I've even
Think
got
it really
him
works.
medal.
Yeah,
Yannick had Gauntlet, but nothing else. Ugh.
8 too.
I think I'm going to go 10 again.
You're 10. You're
I'm
going
gonna
to
go
go 8.
8.
Yeah.
It seems, I mean, I think he's just picking all tier 8 just to mess with us. But I'm going to say 11.
Say 11.
All of them are B. 11.
You go 11. It is, in fact, tier 8.
Gotcha. Always go left.
Always go
Always
left.
go
Always
tier
go
8.
8.
All right.
That's the Dutchie on the left-hand side.
Indeed. All right. Last one.
Red alarm.
Templar
Red
985,
alarm.
thank you for
Red
following.
Alarm.
Give me the tier for Alternate Future, Bashir, Med 15, Voyage 198, Engineered, Physician, 11 events.
To the future, but
Now,
shit.
who's going to say 8 just to see if the trend continues?
No, he should be higher than that.
Yeah, I'm going to say 6.
Give 6.
4.
I like tier 5. Med was pretty valuable in 2019.
Yeah.
It was before all the Med crew came out.
And she had heaps of collections. Always is.
But I think back then there were only like 6 collections, weren't there? So that was never.
Well, you already had them all.
There weren't many.
If you hadn't completed Jury Rig, Jury Rig was the hard one. I remember back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, his numbers are less than ideal, with his most likely mega in the rearview mirror and voyage totals near the bottom of the barrel. He's certainly a card showing his age, and yet Med Command finds a way. One of the 3 legendaries with his skill set, Bashir may surprise you by joining a couple of different voyage combos despite sagging totals, and though his event rate has slowed, he's still a lock for work in the future. 3 rank gauntlet pairs don't pack much punch anymore, but mostly for usable newer players. Tier 8. It's trying to get a whole everyone's a winner thing, but there we go. Okay. Thank you, Peter.
We're
That
gonna
was an
change
easy
the
one.
name of let's change the name of the segment to Idol reads the notes for Tier 8 crew.
Tier 8 crew.
The best of tier 8, the many best. Okay. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, Suncoast. Guys, any shout-outs you want to do to your fellow compatriots, other players?
Yeah, I want to shout out Bahura. She would like to be here, but she said she has a problem with the language, which I don't believe is true. But she say, please tell for me that I love this fleet because everybody's so friendly, and I feel here I can say anything, and I feel safe in the fleet. So I wanted to tell that on behalf of her.
Nice.
We love you, Bahura.
Yeah.
Meow.
Meow.
And I'll shout out everyone else in the fleet.
Yeah.
You gonna leave anyone
I
for
would
me?
shout them all out by name, but I can't remember most of them off the top of my head.
Oh,
This is
our
that's
admiral.
high. It's a management
I would
problem,
like to
isn't
shout
it?
out Wide Brim because he has
That
a
is
a
wide
joke.
brim.
I get it.
The widest of
It's not
brims.
funny, but I get it.
And Navark, who makes up 25% of the fleet with all his ults.
Yeah.
The widest of brims and the widest of personalities.
And Flash as well. He's our brain. He's our guru. Yeah. Well,
We wouldn't
everybody
be
in
where
the
we
fleet.
are without Flash.
Yes, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, everybody in the fleet. So
And Idle, even though he doesn't do nodes, he exists. And
I don't know.
The
he
node-
does
Nodeless.
his damage.
I'm just here.
the noteless idol. We're gonna call him.
I'm just here for.
I'll shout out Booter and Sparrow as well, who are both in the chat at the moment.
Booter. Justice for Booter.
Justice for we did get justice for Botter, didn't we?
It's the bottom, yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming. It's been absolutely wonderful to have you here. I mean, obviously, Siete, you and Genos and Cranky, thank you for coming and repping Suncoast. If you guys in chat have a fleet, if you have a fleet and you want to come on Timelines Talks and rep your fleet, and you three of you want to come on and throw some shade at other fleets or talk about how your successes, or just talk crew with us, send me a message. We'll see if we can work things out. But if not, we'll be back soon. We are coming back this Sunday with Star Trek. We're going to be talking. Actually, no. Before that, Saturday, going to be streaming King of the Castle. Singing King of the Castle is something where you guys can come into chat, and I'm going to be the Liege Lord, and you are going to be councillors in my kingdom and try and usurp me at every possible option.
Oh, I'll join that.
No nifty, no Great British pounds on the show.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, come and join me for that on Saturday. On Sunday is going to be Star Trek, where we're going to be watching and reviewing Where No Man Has Gone Before from TOS. And then next week we're going to be starting a new game series, the Elite Force Farce for Elite Force 2. We will be playing. So come and join us for that. For everything else,
Arceer.
yes, check the Discord. We've got some
Leader
fun
and
things coming
Arceer.
up. Yeah.
Like
thank you guys for
and
coming, and we'll see you
subscribe.
soon. Sorry.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Latest. Ta-ra!
Ta-ra.
Bye.
What's all set?
I got Hooker lined up with a dude who's gonna give him the deal of a lifetime on a new Porsche.
A Porsche? Well, maybe you should wait. You might get a better deal through the state.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just did some story on a guy who's selling stolen Porsches off a lot on Main. Real sleazy character.
What's his name?
Delvin, Kelvin,
Melvin?
Melvin.